So, hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of this Football Manager 2021 career mode with rebuilding Nottingham Forest. Today, we're going to go, obviously, this is the first episode of season 2, so we're going to go through all the signings that we've made and pretty much just everything that's really happened over the past couple of months. So, pretty much. We've made a couple of good signings. You might have been able to see some of them on there. Obviously, as you've seen, we only got a budget of 2.9 million, but we've been able to sell players, as I've said. But obviously, this is the transfers ins and outs. So this is stuff that we've been sort of doing. So 2020 to 21, yeah, that's better. So basically, to start off with, we made the signing of, well, we brung, hold on, there we go. So the first signing that we made was Mads Roerslev, decent looking player, on loan from Brentford, so obviously they went up, and he was able to come back down. Decent looking player, obviously, is back up to either right back, centre back, or whatever like that, so it's good how he can play in a couple of decent positions. We might not need him for right wing back now because obviously we've got this young lad who I've just seen, Jayden Richardson. He does look quite good. He's wanted by a lot of Premier League clubs. So obviously he does look quite good. So maybe in a couple of matches we might have a look at him. The next signing that we made was sorry about that. Cyrus Christie we got back for 1.5 million. I know it says he's transfer listed. It's because of Jayden Richardson. If I would have seen that we had Jayden Richardson there, I would never have signed this guy because Jayden Richardson looks good. And obviously, as a backup, the players didn't have to be as brilliant as they look. So literally, we've got who have we got right back again? We've got Christie, we've got Dariqua, Jayden Richardson, and stuff like that, and then we've obviously got Dujon Sterling is the man who's going to be taking the reins for right wing back this year. So obviously, the board have actually in the summer. This been one of the hardest summers I've ever had on Football Manager, in terms of. They're not wanting us to sign older players. They're wanting us to sign the younger generation. And I was happy about that. I thought it would only be for a couple of players. They're wanting it done for every single player. And it's just absolutely ridiculous. But Cyrus Christie's in. I have got him on the transfer list if anybody wants him. So there's that. Luke Bolton, because he looked quite good. And he was on a free as well. He's wanted by Blackpool on loan. He does actually look quite good. He's in the under-23s right now, but he does actually look quite good. And obviously, he's not up the pecking order just yet, but obviously, when he is, he'll be brilliant. So, and he's not too far off the first team level either, so shouldn't be too bad. The next man, we've signed Mo Besic, because obviously he's got the Premier League experience and stuff like that, able to bring him in. It's just a brilliant bit of business, and yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with this bit of business. He's going to be quite good. Obviously, when we get to the Premier League, I don't know if it'll be this season, next season, or the season after. Hopefully, it'll be maybe this season. Like, hopefully, we get into the playoffs to start off with. But like, even his work rates are brilliant. Determination. He's just an all-round good player for this level, and I think it's going to be a good thing that we've got him. Next up, we've got John Lundstrom. Saw that he was basically going for absolutely cheap, so I thought I'd bring him in, and he does look absolutely brilliant as well. As I said with Bess, it's just a brilliant player for this level, and I think we've got ourselves a really solid player in that position again with Besic. Then I says to you, I was after a striker. This man looks actually quite good, and that's not me saying, oh, he looks good and then obviously nothing else. He does actually look quite good, and him alongside Nuno da Costa, who we got back from obviously his loan, does look quite good. And the formation that we're playing this year fits every single attacking player in. So I'm so glad about that. So this man will be helpful to our starting reign in the Championship this year, and the fact that he's played with Brentford as well just shows how good he is as well. But then we go into season 21-22. We brought back Cafu because obviously, as you know, I quite liked him in the first season, so we brought him back. Not too bad of a player in the first season, so hopefully he can obviously bring his experience from last year to this year and try and get us up the table a lot more than we actually have done. Then we brought in this guy. Now, this is one of the ones that I wasn't too sure on. Obviously, we've got this guy as well, so maybe we don't. But he can play at central defence as well, so maybe we don't actually need a backup left back. But I signed this guy, and I don't really know why, because he doesn't actually look that great. But maybe obviously but hopefully he gets a start in some of the cup games or something like that. He's only 19 years old, so it's worth taking a chance on a player like this and just seeing how good he actually is. Then we were able to sign Emiliano Rigoni, who's actually played with Zenit before as well, and I was actually quite surprised by this. That we were actually, one, able to afford them, because I thought his wages were going to be absolutely skyrocketed. I didn't realise he was on a free, and I was able to get him, and it's just brilliant. The fact that he's able to play at right attacking midfield really helps us out, because then we've got Freeman, we've got Maiton, we've got Lawley who can play there as well, and Carvalho as well, who you'll see. But he does look really good, Rigoni, and I'm so glad that we've got him. And the fact that he's 28 years old as well is brilliant. Then, and the sad thing is, my man Joe Worrell's left, and he's went to Blackburn Rovers for a sum of 13 million, but we only got 1.9 million of the transfer, which I thought to myself, why? I would accept taking 7 million now just to stick it in the club and giving us 6, and maybe saying, right, they need a centre back, we're needing to give them some of this transfer budget. They didn't even think about that. They took 11.1 million to put into the club, and this is what the actual club is looking like right now. If I can see it, I don't know actually how you do it. Job security available. Wow. Okay. I don't actually know how. Oh, there we go. An overall balance of 19 million. So there you go. That just shows you how they've done us over like that. But Warren O'Hara looks quite good. A young player again, because we've got to sign young players. And again, he does look quite good, but not the type of player I was bringing in to obviously replace Worrell. I'm hopefully going to do that with the next signing that I've got up my sleeve, but I don't know, because a lot of these young players are expensive on the game, and we just don't have the budget for them, and that's just the reality of the situation. Because they've gave us such a bad starting fee of a transfer budget, we don't actually have the money to be putting into big centre backs, because if you see this scouting player search, so if I go on to centre back, and they're all, I went for this guy, couldn't get a work permit, and he would have been perfect. So I pulled out of that deal, if it ever lets me get off of this bit. Gundogan looks quite good, but if you have a look, so 10.25 million, we can't afford that. Luke Wolfenden, I was going to offer for him 5.75 million. Maybe at a push we could maybe sign him up for 3.4 million or something like that, but I don't know. I'm not too sure. And that's just the reality of the situation. Maybe we could get this guy in actually. I wouldn't be against it. Oh my god. He would be the perfect replacement for Joe Worrell. This is the guy who's wanted by a lot of Premier League clubs, plus Celtic as well. So I'm glad I went back onto that screen. I am very glad I've went back onto that screen. But, as I say, transfers out of the way. Hopefully we can get Mark McKenzie in. As I say, he's wanted by a lot of Premier League clubs and stuff like that. But we'll get all those transfers done and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens with that. So, starting off the season, we have Cardiff City at home. Obviously, they were one of our big rivals last year in terms of the playoffs. Obviously, we didn't make the playoffs. They didn't either, so that's why they're down still here. But the teams who have came down, West Ham United, so they'll be quite a hard team to beat, and they're obviously still got a really good side as well. Southampton have came down, so Southampton are still not able to take the Premier League by storm like they're doing in real life. So Southampton are down, West Ham are down. Who else are down? I'm just trying to think. West Ham, Southampton, West Brom, and West Brom are down as well. So that'll be 3 tough tests when that comes up. And as you've seen, if you didn't see the schedule, we have got Southampton on the 3rd game of the season. We've got Preston as well in the middle of those. So maybe that could be a good tester to see how actually the squad's doing and stuff like that. But we'll see what happens. And obviously, I went on to the complete wrong thing there. And obviously, the teams who have came up are Bristol Rovers. Who else? Bristol Rovers, Hull City have came up, and I don't actually know who else. Bristol Rovers, Hull City, and Charlton, aye, because they went through the playoffs. That's right. So you'll see the formation as is right now. This is the formation that we're going to try out for the rest of this season, and hopefully it does us justice. So it's a 5-2-2-1, decent little formation, I would say. Obviously, it holds a shadow striker and it holds an advanced playmaker. Because we've got a lot of advanced playmakers, it really does help us here. So that's why I've actually went for this formation instead of other ones. So we've got a lot of players at the football club. So O'Hara is new, obviously. Kulich. This guy's actually from the youth team, but he does look quite good. And obviously, when we need players to bring up, and that he was on loan at Lincoln last year, and obviously when we need players to replace our cams, obviously he could be one of the ones who does that. Dariqua, Rigoni, as you've seen, Jayden Richardson. Now this is the guy that I'm on about. 58,000 he's only worth, but he does look good. In some of his stats, he could bomb forward whenever he wants to. Exciting young prospect who isn't far from the first team level. So there you go. And that just shows you how good he is. Harry Arter is still here, but there's a lot of players who are listed. So Worrell's left. I can actually go to that actually. So if I go to transfer history. So Worrell's left. Galloway's another player that we signed last year, but obviously needs the first team experience. Graben's left. Sammy Amiobe, Diallo. You maybe have read this when you've been having a look at that. So we've actually netted 14.75 million from that, but we've actually not got a lot of that back. Jenkinson's left. Colback's left. Bashiru's left. Medford Smith's left. Blackett left obviously when it was the January transfer window and stuff like that, and that's literally all we've done. Still a lot to be done, I would say. There's still a lot to be done, and yeah, that's literally all it is. So obviously we've still got Figueiredo here, but he wants to leave. Mbeso won't be playing. It'll be Warren O'Hara hasn't been... A lot of these players haven't been registered yet. So... So O'Hara needs to be... Emiliano Rigoni is under 23. How's that? Whatever. General info. No. Wasn't it that? It was... Whatever. So O'Hara's now registered. So that's quite good. Team selection we'll go back to. So O'Hara, what does he... Nah, we'll do Mbiso for the now. We'll see how the team gets on. Obviously we've got a lot of good players here. So hopefully they can do damage when they get forward here. Got a lot of good cams at the football club. Got a lot of good attacking players. And I think a couple of more signings are just what's needed. A couple more. And obviously a couple more players out as well to obviously replace those players. But obviously we'll see what happens in this game. Forget about transfers just now. See what happens in this game. And this game should be quite good, hopefully. We're on key highlights, so that's good as well. So hopefully this formation's quite good as well. Hopefully it gets forward well and stuff like that too. Oh, and that's a penalty already. Great. Fantastic. Mighty's actually injured. It's Kiefer Moore, and it's a good goal. That's irritating. That is really irritating. Good goal by Kiefer Moore. No need to make that tackle there either, Dujon Sterling. But, as I say, it's only the first half. See what happens. Xande Silva, they've started this game really off quite well. Joe Ralls. Volks! Oh, what a shot! What a shot! From Joe Ralls. From Volks, sorry, a former Falkirk player if you don't know as well. But good, decent start by Cardiff, but we're just not out of the blocks yet, are we? McKenna finds Ribeiro. McKenna. Mbiso. Lundstrom. João Carvalho. Dujon Sterling. What a goal! And we're back in the game. That is some goal. What a goal from Dujon Sterling. That is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Could not have hit that much better. That is really good. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant start. I didn't have a lot of money, as you've seen, but I think the signings that I've made are actually well worth it. And obviously we've got the players back who we had on loan last year, out on loan last year, to other clubs like Nuno da Costa. I think he'll make a difference this year. We're a good finisher up top. Obviously we had Graben last year, but Graben's getting on a bit now, and Xande Silva makes that 2-1. We're just not defending properly, and I don't know why that is. Maybe just because we've not got the, the compatibility between the defenders and stuff like that. Just don't look that great. And they are 2-1 up. But it's going to be a hard year in the Championship again. A very hard year. And Southampton and West Ham are already at the top. Already at the top. And Huddersfield are already there as well. Bryce Samba plays it to McKenna. What is that for a ball? Play the easy ball. Wow! Oh my god! That's irritating. That is very irritating. Dujon Sterling with the ball. João Carvalho. Dujon Sterling. Lundstrom. Oh my god. Ribeiro. João Carvalho. Unlucky. he'll make a massive difference to obviously the cam department of the team, João Carvalho, because obviously he is he's very experienced in that role, I would say. Very attacking. Do it. Nah. And we're losing on the first day 3-1 to Cardiff. This is not great at all. I thought we had made quite a lot of good signings there. Just none of them really turning up. Unbelievable. I'll do this on camera so you can see. Wow. I'll need to go back in for him when I've actually got money. Satisfied with one? I bet you're satisfied with the money that you've got as well, eh? But that'll be the end of today's episode, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Please do remember to smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel as well, and comment down below what you think of my signings so far. Obviously, there's still more to come, but obviously we'll need to see what we can do with obviously the players that we've got here, and obviously see what happens. But as I say, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, like the videos, and comment down below what you think of the signings, and turn on post notifications so you don't ever miss when a video goes live. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.